Good afternoon, everyone. So I am Bianca, and I am here today to discuss and to run a training with you guys with regards to cybersecurity awareness training. So thank you all for coming, and thank you for your time today. I hope that this will help us moving forward and in the cybersecurity threats that we are facing today. So without further ado, let me start with our training today. And if you have questions, concerns, we'll have time for that later. So, okay, first things first. So let me give you a introduction, an overview uh, of this training. So let me give you a introduction. Well, of course, you know that our organization is in the business of providing quality education and training to its clients, and training organization employs a variety of delivery methods, including classroom, blended, and remote learning. So we have these services. However, we have cybersecurity threats that's been going on lately and currently. So what we're going to do is to name it and to identify this, and hopefully learn how to mitigate or how to avoid this. And if ever in the event of occurrence, how are we going to respond and react? So, okay, for today's training, so it will only take us hopefully half an hour today. So it's very quick, but hopefully this is going to be a very insightful and helpful. So our training agendas for today, well, I've already gave a introduction, a bit of introduction, and here I'm going to give you the overview of our training, which would be discussion of cybersecurity threats. So we'll have a better understanding and further knowledge. What is it about? And we will also run through tips and solutions to combat these security threats. We'll also identify which are this, and lastly, we will have a time for insights and other recommendations as well. So it's very important that we gather more information, or if you have insights. Okay, so let me start, and let's go with our next slide. Okay, so first things first, what is cybersecurity threat? So anybody here who knows or like any idea with cybersecurity? So if you have questions, if you have knowledge, pop them up in the chat box, and we'll read it through later. So for now, what is cybersecurity threat? Basically, it is any harmful attack that attempts to gain unauthorized access to data. It can also disrupt digital activities, or it can also damage data. Sample of which are phishing attacks, which is very common, especially nowadays. Here in Australia, I've experienced it myself, and it was terrible. So don't you have to really be more mindful and don't be like me. And so physical security hack, so there are things that there are this kind of hack and attack as well, but we'll explain that further later. Okay, what is phishing attack? Phishing assaults can, or phishing attack occur when a person sends a fake message that appears to come from a trusted source. Email is the most used method of communication. The purpose is to steal sensitive information such as credit card and login information, or to infect the victim computer with malware. So yes, phishing attack, as I've said earlier, it's very common. It's a lot of criminals are doing the phishing attack, and the most common method they use is the email. So it's nothing new to us that we receive spam and um, malicious emails every day, every single day. So when it comes to this, when we receive this, there are a couple of things that we can do to avoid and to be more mindful if it can be a phishing attack or not. So we'll talk about that further in a few. But just to add on a phishing attack, um, we really have to be careful because it's a very there's a lot of stake in here, and yeah, there's a lot at stake here, and it can cost us our personal data, and as mentioned, even a credit card, which is very dangerous. We don't want that to happen. And yeah, especially in our workplace. So if we're using company resources and all these important assets, then we have to be careful because it can be stolen from us, or it can be used against us in the future. So okay, another attack, cybersecurity attack that we will learn today is the physical security attack. So what is it? Physical security, ironically, it should protect cybersecurity by restricting who has access, data, storage area, and same in due reverse. Hackers frequently target physical security component connected to the internet, such as RFID, keycard, door locks, smartphones, and video surveillance cameras. So sometimes the cyber criminals are very smart. So what they'll do is they attack the protection itself. So it's like when you attack someone, you attack it in the head so that um, they can attack the entire body. So it's the same thing with this physical security attack. So they target the protection and the security itself just to break in through our data and through our server storage and all that. So okay, now that we know and we have a now basic understanding of what these are, then next is to how to identify and avoid phishing attacks. So let's go first with phishing attacks. What are these practical things that we can do in a daily basis? So these are very doable, very simple. Just really have to be careful and mindful. So some of these tips and ways, strategy to identify and to avoid phishing attacks are first, of course, be cautious in clicking up links, especially in emails. So again, like mentioned, every day you will receive a lot of emails, and some of these emails are from unreliable sources or hackers or cyber criminals. So be cautious. Always check if it's legit email. So if it's not familiar to you, if it's an email that is not um, expected, so you have to check that. So okay. Next is never trust alarming messages. So it's the same thing of being cautious before clicking. So think before you click and check before you click. And then next is never open any attachments from suspicious senders. So it's like up a message. So there was this one instance when I had an experience. I received a email from, I don't know, it says Woolies. So and I thought it's fine because it's Woolies. So okay, and then I click on it, and there's this like promo that when you click on the image, it will give you the chance to get a $500 worth of groceries. So I mean, being the gullible that I am, and what I did is I tried the game, I tried like I went to the site, I went through all the promo game, and then only to realize that it can actually be a phishing attack, because the email, even though the header it says Woolies and even the logo, the profile says it's Woolies, when I check on the email address, it's actually non-Woolies affiliated email. So there's that, and thankfully I didn't I quickly realized, so I didn't able to provide any card detail, because it will require you to give your card details so you can get the price that you want. And all these things really happen. So we really have to be careful in the promos that we're joining. Even if it's enticing, do not, as long as you're sure that the provider, the sender, is legit. So okay, and then always validate URLs and sender emails. So just like what I've said, validate, check, and just like the Woolies email incident, had I not checked, I'll probably be a victim of phishing attack by now. And another thing that we can do is to keep operating system updated. So whether it's Microsoft or Mac OS, always make sure that it's updated, because with that, it's an extra layer of protection for in our end and for our devices. So if you are still using the outdated, it's a lot easier for hackers and attackers to break in and break through our devices and our digital storage. So there you go. Okay, and how to identify and avoid physical security attacks. So make sure keep your network caches in safe place, keep physical intruders out of business, server room should be secured and monitored, make extra security arrangements for your mobile devices, make a backup, and keep it safe. So these things we all know that we should do this. We were being advised time and time again to do these things, and these are common knowledge that we should be practicing every day. And that's it for that. And yeah, just a further addition when it comes to the effects and damage. So what are can possibly the effects, especially to us and the organization? It can be, it can cause loss of money, and we don't want that. Loss of intellectual property. So I think more than the money, it's really important that we protect our intellectual property, especially if we are holding, if we're keeping data and personal information of our clients. So we don't want that to leak. We don't want that to be stolen. That's our responsibility, and we are accountable to every data and every information that we hold. So it's our responsibility to protect and keep that safe. So reputational damage, of course, especially if we're working in luckily for us, but yeah, not really, but if we are again handling people's account, it's very detrimental for the business. And yeah, so yeah, and of course, fear, just like losing reputation, disruption of operational activities. It can also devalue the credibility of the firm and the organization. So sometimes when it's the integrity that's been attacked, and cybersecurity, what will the real damage for us is the integrity. So when the integrity is damaged for the business, it will take years before we can earn it back, or sometimes it's even irreversible. So it's really important. I just want to reiterate the importance of cyber security, the measures that we put in place, and the awareness that it's happening, and we are well aware of how can we mitigate or how can we handle this cyber security attacks. And yeah, I guess that is. So again, like I mentioned earlier, if you have questions, clarification, insights, or any suggestions to that will help everyone. So of course, this one's just a guide, and I am just tasked here to train you. But if you have a better understanding or like additional knowledge when it comes to this, so this is now the time to yeah, to give your insight, suggestions, or clarification. If you have any experience that you can cite as well, that will be great. We'll have a minute to discuss this, but I also encourage you that if you can send out insight, suggestions, you are welcome to do so, and then we will compile that and gather that so that we can yeah, we can work on it, and we can collate, and then we can further improve our training and our cybersecurity awareness plan. So yeah. Okay, any more questions? I take that as all good and clear. But again, if you have any questions or other concerns, send it through our through email, or you can send me a chat, or you can contact me. So okay, so that's it. Thank you for your time, and thank you for your presence today in this training. Looking forward to the next, and I hope that you learned something, and that I hope that we are more than more than anything, we are now well aware of these cyber attacks and what's our goal, what's happening, and especially in the organization that we are in. So yeah, thank you so much. And again, I am Bianca, and this is your um, security awareness training. So till next time, bye.